everyone, my name is Miranda and today I'm here to review the episode adaptations of Season 2 of a series of unfortunate events for the Hostile Hospital. And I have to say that watching this episode, the thing that most surprised me and kind of impressed me was how different it felt from the other episodes, in that it felt like it had a very strong theme kind of compared to the other episodes, which are kind of, you know, just like sarcastic and amazing, but I feel like this one had much more of a horror theme to it, which was very, very interesting because I didn't really pick up on that vibe when reading the book. I mean, it's been a while, but I don't remember being like, this is creepy, this is terrifying, whereas I think it is, though, a natural, like, leap to kind of make that you know, adaptation horrifying, because it's like, not only are you in a hospital, which a lot of people find hospitals creepy and just not good, you're also in a rundown hospital that's half done. You've got all these weird things, just rash wards. I really did like that because I think it makes so much sense to make it like such a creepy and horrific thing, because that's always been one of my main qualms, I guess, with the series, you could say, is that I don't like how jokey and how campy they can make Count Olaf to be sometimes, because at the end of the day, like, you laugh and you're like, this man's ridiculous, but then you also have to remember, like, he is a bad guy. He's killed people, he's tried to kill the Baudelaires many a times, he's hit Klaus, and I feel like sometimes we forget that, in that, not like he's supposed to be a good guy, but we're supposed to be like, look at this bumbling fool, and really he's a bad guy. Like, he does some really devious and really terrifying things, and if he were to get his hands on the Baudelaires for once and all, you know, then it would not be good for them, because he's not gonna just be like, oh, I got the kids, now I'll just make them do my laundry but get their fortune. Like, no, he's got other plans. So I like that this episode kind of reminded you of that in a way. You know, it made things more terrifying, it made things more real, it made things more cat and mouse. Like I said, I think it changed after the previous episode, The Vile Village, where, like, society no longer has the Baudelaires' backs, in a sense, you know, because, like, you think of children, they're innocent, you want to protect them. That's just, like, your nature. Whereas now Olaf has framed it so people are seeing them as the murderers of Olaf, and they don't have that protection anymore. People are out to turn them into the police, and they can't, like, live their lives now. They have to hide, and I think it's very more so they're on the level of Count Olaf now, where it's this whole cat and mouse game of they're both hiding from each other, but also from, like, everyone else around them, and I think it just changes their dynamic. And I think the Baudelaires even started to say it themselves when they were like, what point, like, do we turn as bad as Count Olaf? Like, when they had to steal the keys to get into the records room and everything like that, they obviously felt so guilty about it, but it was kind of like one of those things that was like a means to an end, you know, like they had to do it to be able to get into the room, and they had to, unfortunately, use someone who was being very kind to them, and they had to do something that they think their parents would be disappointed in them for doing. But I have to say, like, your parents probably also did some shady stuff too, so, like, don't be too sad about it. I mean, they did leave you in the hands of Mr. Post, so your parents weren't the best of folks at all times. But I do like how you see them struggle with that. You see them kind of be like, now that we are on the run, so to say, and we're relying really on ourselves and only ourselves for the first time, I would say, since the show started, how far are we willing to push this? How far are we willing to go to protect ourselves? And I think that's a really strong moral dilemma for them to have, especially, I think, at the age they are, because I think that's kind of just, again, going off of what I think all people kind of go through as they start to get older. You start to realize, like, it's not so much childhood innocence, black and white anymore. Now there's gray areas, and you're not sure kind of where you fit in anymore, and how you remain true to yourself sometimes while making other decisions and other things that might happen. So I do definitely like this take they're doing with it, and I think it's going to change the next season very much so, because now they're not only going to be, I feel like, a bit stronger in themselves, but also maybe a bit more unsure in what they want to do, because they don't want to turn into Count Olaf. And I just think it's going to be so, so fascinating seeing them face off with him. I mean, even Klaus, when he was calling him out and being like, I'm a doctor, so, like, you're a doctor too, so obviously, like, we have to talk about every single medical instrument because you're a doctor just like I am, and like calling him out, being like, you can't call me out now without calling yourself out. Like, I think that's great that they now have that kind of reassurance with each other. And I do have to say, I was all ready to be like, after watching this episode, be like, wow, the kid who plays Klaus has an amazing British accent. Like, that was just like spot on. I'm so impressed. And then I followed some of the cast members on Instagram, and he was one of them, and I see a story of him. Dude's got a real British accent in real life, which I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole time he's been faking it, and I'm super, super impressed. I did like too that you also got to see more of the relationship between Sunny and Klaus. I feel like she's oftentimes just kind of like the third one along with Violet and Klaus, so it was nice to see them work together to try and free her, and it was also nice to see how they are capable on their own, but better together, you know, like Violet still was able to escape. She got caught again, but she was able to escape on her own. I really, really did enjoy this episode. I also think Esme did such a good job just being like, look, Olaf, your plans, they suck, okay? Like, you've had how many opportunities to kidnap these kids and it never works. I just want the sugar bowl. I'm gonna go look for the sugar bowl. Love that she's so much smarter than Count Olaf, and also almost more wicked, because like she just like doesn't give a crap about anything. Like, she just wants what she wants, and she will pummel anyone who's in her way, including Count Olaf, who was like her lover, her BFF. Like, she is in it for herself, and I really, really like that they have kind of emphasized that. I feel like more so than in the books, where she was just kind of like his like girlfriend, and like, yeah, she had her wicked ways, but like she was more jealous of him than anything else when anyone flirted with him. So I really like that they've turned her into this boss-ass character. Like, it's really awesome, as horrifying and terrifying as she is, but like her whole nurse outfit with her heels and everything just clicking, and like you could hear her coming, terrifying. Like, I love her, and I think she's my favorite thing to come out of season 2. She just is always, she just commands the scene when she's in it. Like, it's so, so amazing. So I really, really did like these episodes. I think they were creepy, terrifying, a little different than the normal feel, because it literally felt like if a series of unfortunate events was to do like a horror episode, this is what it would be. So if you have any thoughts on the episodes, please feel free to leave your thoughts about them down below in the comments. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below to be told to make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!